What's going on, everyone? Today, we're going to shout a Shadow Ice Fang Hippowdon team in the Jungle Cup. This Pokemon here, with both ice coverage as well as ground and rock coverage on the charge attacks, is one of the best and most flexible Pokemon that I found so far in the meta. There's a lot of Altarias, a lot of Unova and Sunfisks, so I figured this Pokemon should be pretty good. I'm going to pair it up with an Altaria and Fortress Core, so let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. Alright, first opponent. Let's see what we can do here. Hopefully Hippowdon is a good pick today. Shadow Gyarados is a little bit scary for the team, but honestly, I feel like Altaria is not that bad into it. I can at least get a shield from them, and then I can use that as a way to leverage my Hippo a little bit better. Alright, they immediately throw the Crunch here. Luckily, it's not going to be an Outrage. I have been outraged before, and that was kind of annoying. So they're at 0, 1. I'm just going to swap here. I'm not going to give a huge farm down over, because that's the way that this game could really unwind out of control. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 10. Alright, so I can do a couple more Ice Fangs, and then I can throw my move here. Okay, they swap out into a Fortress, which does resist my Ice Fang damage, which is a little bit annoying, I guess. But, I mean, I get to land this attack here, and we all know how much damage you can do with the Shadow Scorching Sands, right? Actually, I have no idea. Oh, quite a bit, actually. That's not bad. Do they go for a Sand Tomb or a Rock Tomb here? In fact, I don't even know. Did they build up to a Rock Tomb? They might have. No, they just Sand Tomb us. That's fine. I can get the Weather Ball Rock off. Maybe? Oh, I can't actually. Okay. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. Now we're going to take a Rock Tomb here, and that's actually pretty bad, so I'm going to try to catch. This way my Fortress doesn't have to go down as shield against this just yet. There is a chance they undercharge this, I guess, but there's also a chance they don't. Yeah. What's in the back? Okay, they bring back in the Gyarados here. I'm just going to one-shield farm this down. Shadow Aquatail would do quite a bit. There's a good chance that you pair a Pokemon like Gyarados with a Pokemon like, I don't know, Cradilly, right? That could make sense as an anti-Eufisk. And if that's the case, then my Fortress here should be in a pretty good spot. If it's anything else, though, I guess we'll see. Could be a Mud Slapper. Could be, I don't know, a Dragon. There's a lot of options here. Our opponent is taking their time, and I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, it could be a Eufisk as well, which is honestly not the most ideal Pokemon that I could imagine. Was hoping for something more along the lines of a Cradilly, I'm not going to lie. I went for a Rock Tomb here just to try to survive a little bit better, but I'm going to be honest. Not having access to Earthquake is likely game over. 2 Mud Bombs will still knock us out. They can clear their debuff if they need to. Like, my only chance to win this game is, like, what? I don't have one. All top left. I'm trying to think, like, maybe I can get a bait off, but what does that do? Sand Tomb's such a bad attack. Unfortunate stuff. Honestly, I'm not that weak to Eufisk. But in that position, it's not exactly the best for us. That was a bit of a tricky team. Alright, let's try to get a better team comp here. I feel like we can do it. Altaria into... Hey, Unova and Sunfisk. See, I was talking about how we have better matchups into this. Although, all things considered, this is more awkward than you might expect, just because I only have non-stab charge attacks against this. But what I do have is, I don't know, a Hippo. We're at 7 right now. Gotta go for a catch, doesn't quite work. Oh, but they bring in a Talonflame here, that's kind of crazy. Good bait out by us, I guess. This Pokemon would be really bad for our funny guy, our Fortress. They're at 2 right now. 3. I'm going to shield this up, obviously. I don't want to get knocked out by the charge attack. They do have Flame Charge. Makes sense. What I'm hoping I can do at some point is go for a combo play and save a little bit of my Hippo. We'll see, though. I need to survive an Incinerate here. Okay, nice. So we save the Hippo. We combo play with the Sky Attack, so we snipe down a boosted Talonflame with quite a bit of energy. We save a shield, but their Eufisk is still around with a decent amount of energy. And honestly, I say I save my Hippo. It's really just there as, like, I don't know, a mascot at this point, because it's on 1 HP. It's not going to do that much. I'm going to try to survive 2 discharges. Looks like I can. They have so much energy, though, which is a little bit concerning, because my Fortress will take a little bit of extra chip damage, and that's not, you know, the most ideal. Okay, but that's a decent amount of damage, I guess. I think I take one Mud Bomb, and then I Bug Bite down. And I'll have a shield advantage on my Fortress. Talonflame's out of the way. There are things that I can beat. Okay, we'll swap. I'm not going to give him a farm down against us. What is this? Jumpluff. Okay. That is amazing. That is a win. Okay. Great stuff there. Hippowdon, actually a bit of a... I wouldn't say a core breaker for that team, but very tricky Pokemon for them to deal with, so love to see that. Oh no, we're fighting Zilus. Alright, what's the spice pick today, sir? Whoa. What does this thing do? It has, like, Thunder Cage Zap Cannon, right? It's on Volt Switch as well. It's like a Thunder Cage, right? Which is an Icy Wind clone, maybe? I think? I don't know. Ow. The thing is, my Dragon Breaths are actually doing a sizable chunk of damage here, which, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit surprised about. Because Dragon Breath is not a fast move that does a lot of damage anymore, at least not as much. Okay. I don't love letting my Altaria go down, but I'm kind of soft to this Pokemon if my Fortress isn't on it, so we'll just let that go down, come in here. 8. I mean, high horsepower would do quite a bit of damage here. I'm kind of inclined to shield just to keep Fortress around. Oh my goodness. As he baits us, that's crazy. Okay. I mean, I have my Hippowdon here, which is pretty strong into this Pokemon. Maybe I should have just immediately swapped. I don't know. And they probably do a fly here, right? I don't know. I'm gonna no-shield, because I think I still have a Brave Bird. Okay. Alright. At this point, he has to shield this if he doesn't want to rely solely on his Piloswine. I wouldn't be surprised to see a shield and then a swap. Okay, that makes sense too. I think, though, I get a Weather Ball Rock off into him before he gets the farm down. He does get a lot of energy out of this, which could be... I say it a lot, but it could be a little bit tricky. Because he already baited us earlier. He has a lot of energy here on Piloswine. I don't know if I'm quite in range, though, where a high horsepower knocks out. It's going to be close. We'll see what we can do. I mean, if high horsepower does like 55% to a Fortress, he deserves the win. It doesn't quite, but it does a lot. Okay, I get the Sand Tomb off. Does this even knock out, though? I'm not sure this is enough. It's Sand Tomb. One of the worst attacks in the game. Oh my goodness, just barely. Let's go. GG's, Mr. Zilus. That was about as close of a game as it gets. Next opponent, let's try to get another win here. We're not doing too bad so far with Hippowdon. Guzzlord. Alright. Actually, I do have two better answers to this in the back. I'm just gonna swap here. Okay, it's a good thing I do. We bait out a Talonflame. Alright, they're at 3. Which, as we all know, once a Talonflame reaches 3, that is their first charge attack. 4. Alright, I'm just gonna let this go. I don't really want to give them a boost and then letting them farm us down. That sounds like a bad idea. I'd rather just let this go and get an energy lead on Altaria. I'll shield once here and hope that I can Dragon Breath down after the fact. But honestly, I don't know if I can. It's gonna be kind of close. I would love it if for some reason they Flame Charge again, because then it takes 3 more for their next move. I know they fly us. Interesting, they swap there. Back into the Guzzlord. Now, last time Jungle Cup was around, I learned that Guzzlord honestly isn't as bad into Fortress as you might expect, so... You know, I'm going to take a lot of damage here, honestly. But my Bug Bites are doing, you know, a decent chunk here. I kind of wonder what's in the back. The way they're playing this out, they seem like they're not all that scared of my Talonflame. Or my Altaria, rather. Alright, Sand Tomb might be enough to knock out. I'm hoping that it is. If not, you know, massive, massive misplay. As they say. Okay, 1 extra Bug Bite actually is enough there. Nice. Oh, no! Just like 2 seconds away. Not even. Like half a second away from being able to swap out with that and save my Fortress. If there's like a Cradilly in the backline, this is so unfortunate. Okay, actually that's very playable. I think I actually win with this. Because I have so much energy here. I guess their win con there was that I do, for some reason, go for a Sky Attack bait. Okay, let's go. I was kind of worried about that one, but I guess Shadow Seizor makes sense in the backline. Guzzlord plus a Steel type is always really strong. Next opponent, I think we're 3-1 right now. Can we get the 4-1? Pretty neutral lead here. I guess this is, like, better than having it against my Fortress, so I'm happy with that. This is where having access to, like, I don't know, Moonblast or Dragon Pulse would be kind of cool. Well, at least bait that we have a bigger move. You know, maybe they are scared. Maybe they shield. I don't know. I don't think I've seen a single Altaria not run Flamethrower ever since it's been added, but who's to say? All right. They do let that first one go. Makes sense. Altaria pairs very well with Ground-type Pokemon, so having my own Altaria go down is a little bit scary. They get a move off here at the last second. I was hoping I could snipe him down. I think they actually got DRE to get that, which is fine. It's part of the game. But I do get that full farm down there. And we bait out a Piloswine, which, I mean, for all intents and purposes here, I'm pretty happy with that. Saying my Altaria gets to avoid this. I am worried about, like, I don't know, a Ufisk being in the back. That could be annoying. Oh, they let that go? What is this? Oh, it's Crustle. I guess I come back in Altaria here, because Fury Cutters are going to do nothing. Might as well either force a shield out of him or force energy out of him. Or both, I don't know. They can't get the farm down here. Can't. Oh, they can! Ooh, that's bad. That could potentially just be game over. I thought I... Oh, man, that's... They get DRE and I don't. That is remarkably bad, actually. I think I lose the game off of that, because they get to 2 Rock Wreckers easily. Yeah, well played. Well played. Dang it, man. I should have swapped. Maybe I shouldn't have even come in Altaria in the first place. Wait, hold on. They bait for some reason? But I mean, that Piloswine probably still wins this game. Maybe they're on Stone Edge, though. Who's to say? Why are you baiting? Maybe they get to another move now? Maybe that's a good play on their part. Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to, like, debuff their damage here, but maybe I should have Sand Tomb just to make it so I can maybe Bug Bite down quicker. Okay, what move are you throwing against me? If it's a high horsepower, I think this knocks us out. If it's a Stone Edge, I think we survive. If it's an Icicle Spear, we survive. What? I mean, I don't know what just happened there. They had, like, at least, I think there were, like, 8 or 9 Powder Snows? What a strange game. You know, they got DRE against our Hippo, and then I didn't get DRE with my Altaria. So, like, I'm not gonna say, like, I didn't at least somewhat deserve the win there, but then they also did that. Like, they threw X-Scissor, and, like, that's insane. Alright, we got a good first set. I feel like we can keep this going. Another Guzzlord here. I mean, last time I liked safe swapping my, my Hippo, so I'm gonna do that again. I have a lot of super effective damage. Actually, all of my Pokemon have super effective damage into this Pokemon. A little bit of a slow counter swap here by them. Okay, I actually just CMP'd there like a bit of a bozo. But sometimes you gotta CMP in the Go Bad League. They Flame Charge, because, I mean, that's what every good Talonflame user does. Now, the problem here is they can actually just farm us down, and that is annoying. And I only get 1 Ice Fang, because after that Incinerate boost, I'm pretty sure they'd actually be able to just survive straight up. With the, or they would knock us out rather straight up with the move. I wouldn't survive. Alright, we should be able to Dragon Breath this down here. And then, I mean, surely I have Moonblast to one-shot the Guzzlord. That'd be really nice. Ow. Dream. Okay, so they're at back-to-back right now. The big question is going to be, can I get the farm down before they get to 3 more Dragon Tails of energy. I don't want to take a third move if I can help it. It's going to be pretty close. It honestly, once again, might come down to DRE. I guess that's the theme today. We'll see, though. They might just survive straight up. Yeah, they do, just barely. Guzzlord's kind of nuts. It's fine. We can knock out that Talonflame here if we need to with a Sand Tomb. And I mean, at this point, we have some energy on Altaria. We'll have some energy here on Fortress as well. We can do 3 Bug Bites if they come back in Talonflame. Oh, I might need a Rock Tomb. Yeah, they didn't stay in long enough for me to Dragon Breath them into Sand Tomb range. That's fine. Maybe there's still something I beat in the back. Maybe there isn't, though. Did we ever consider the chance that there's something that I don't beat in the back? If they're on Stone Edge, I instantly lose this game. Which, I mean, I don't think that there's any other moveset you'd have in this meta. Ah, man, if I got that next Sand Tomb off, there's, like, I think a chance that we can win that. Yeah, it's Stone Edge. So even if I caught there, that wouldn't have really mattered. No, I don't think I'd have enough energy anyway. Yeah. Ah, man. They played that well. Poor Fortress there, not quite having as much play as last time. I think last time we had a Shadow Caesar in the back line, which was a lot more playable. These people not sacrificing their Talonflame is so annoying. Lyle Jeffs III. Best battler in Canada. Leading a Fortress. Okay, we'll see what the moveset is. He might be on Volt Switch here. That's on Bug Bite. Alright, he's at 16 right now, which means 1 away from a Rock Tomb. Nice. That's, like, such an unnecessary bait by me there, because, like, it's, like, a guaranteed shield, but it's also, like, why not just throw the bigger move? The annoying thing, he's gonna catch at some point, and I think we all know he will. It's just, what is that point gonna be? These Bug Bites are kind of adding up here. Not gonna lie. Okay, we get the second shield out of him. And I mean, getting shields down probably isn't the end of the world for me. And even after 2 Rock Tomb debuffs, I'm pretty sure we still one-shot this thing with a Flamethrower. Alright, I'm just gonna get this thing out of here. Maybe a bad play to immediately throw this, but maybe it's not. Let's see what he brings in now. Okay. We'll get a bit of a farm down here, and I don't like that. Because, I mean, I'll get a taste of my own medicine on my Fortress if I swap it out. But, like, if I give him a huge farm down, then he just gets to 2 Sky Attacks against my Hippowdon. Which is also not super ideal. But I don't know if 2 Sky Attacks, you know, knock us out straight up. I hope that they don't. If they do, we're in a lot of trouble. If they don't... Okay, we go for a really stupid catch. I don't know. Oh, man, the amount of energy this Pokemon has is absurd. Please tell me I can Bug Bite down before it gets to another move. I can, okay? What's in the back? What is that, Furret? Okay, wait, was that over, though? I don't know if that was 100% over. Because Sucker Punch would have added up quite a bit against us. Okay, next opponent. We see Altaria into Furret. Okay. Honestly, I don't really know how this matchup plays out. I haven't played too much. I haven't played too much Altaria. I should finish my sentence. Ever since the Dragon Breath rework here. Which is fine. We'll learn. This is a learning opportunity. Sky Attack, yeah, obviously it's gonna 2-shot. Can't really farm down super easy, though. And they will get to 2 Swifts before I get my second Sky Attack, because Altaria's pacing's not that great. Swift is gonna probably put us down into the red after the second one, but we'll survive. I'm kind of worried, though, that if we see the Furret here, like, does that mean that maybe my Fortress is gonna be in a bit of a predicament in the backline? It could be. We'll see. Swift puts us pretty low. Overfarm just a little bit. maybe I can still reach a Sky Attack against something in the backline. If there's like a Talonflame in the backline, though, I'm kind of worried. Okay, we're not letting him farm us down there, though. Maybe I should, but I said no. We'll see if they want to shield this up. It's going to be a pretty high damaging attack, saying it haven't been debuffed just yet. They do let it go, though. I wonder if it's a Gastro in the back. I could very much see that being the case. Alright, we'll throw right before they're going to be able to reach that Swift. Slightly bad timing by me, but I wanted to get as much energy as possible. Okay, they do let that go. It is a Gastro in the back. Shock of the Sentry. I guess we just go for fast move pressure here, right? Or do I ever try to go for a debuff, like a attack drop? I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, just go double Sand Tomb here. Make it so I do as much damage as possible. Although I actually don't get a second Sand Tomb, I don't think. Just barely. I think they get to that second Water Pulse. But like these Bug Bites and Dragon Breaths are going to shred through their HP. And fun fact, this Water Pulse probably doesn't even knock us out, actually. Which at least I consider a fun fact. They might not as much. Yeah. I'm going to sacrifice one Bug Bite of damage to get a second debuff off, because I feel like at this point, that's going to make it so my Dragon Breaths probably do at least 1 extra damage per turn. Yeah, that's basically the same amount of damage I was doing with Bug Bite there. And we still had Hippo with some Ice Fang damage. Let's go. Okay, saving Altaria was not the worst idea out there. Alright, next opponent. We're kind of cooking with this team so far. Hippowdon's not been too bad as a safe swap. Although, honestly, hasn't seen too many targets itself. We just learned how this matchup plays out, so we know that we win the zeros pretty comfortably here. They're at 7 right now. So 2 past the Swift, 3 away from their next attack. They let it go. 8, 9, 10. So they're at 5 after this Swift. Big Swift comes through. We survive. 1, 2, 3, or 2. Okay. Like, I'm so tempted to swap out here and save this energy, but I don't think that's going to be worthwhile. Oh, what a that's a nasty catch by them. With that said, I'm kind of fine with this, I think. That is a really nice catch. I could have saved this energy and had Hippowdon here, but, like, I still get Hippowdon here, so that's kind of cool. Okay, they're 4 away from their next Mud Bomb. I think I might shield it up and farm down. I don't know if I can farm down in 10 more Ice Fangs. I'm gonna hope that I can, though. Maybe I can't. I'm gonna shield this up, though, still. I feel like shielding this is not a bad idea. Yeah, I can't quite farm down. I'll throw 1 before they're at their next move, so just in case they do shield, I can throw my next attack here and guarantee a knockout. They let it go. Burret might come back in. No, we actually see their third Pokemon is a Corviknight. Okay. This is going to be a strange one, because I have a lot of energy here, and I don't know when they're going to start shielding, or if they're going to start shielding. They don't shield that, which is kind of nice, actually. Thing is, I have so much fast move pressure still left over, with Ice Fang damage, and as long as I get the breakpoint against Corviknight, Bug Bites actually do 2 damage per turn, which is kind of dumb. They will swap here to Altaria, just to make it a little bit more awkward for them with what they want to do. They build up a lot of energy, then they swap out to Furret. That's actually kind of a smart play. But I don't want to let them farm us down, so I'm going to go for this instead. And just Sky Attack. I mean, they're so low on HP at this point. Let's see what they want to do. They probably go for boosts here. I mean, I guess at this point, just Sand Tomb's probably the play. They instantly boost with an Air Cutter. That's a little bit nerve-wracking. I was going to say, like, 3 moves at once. There's three words at once. And I didn't know what to say. And I chose nerve-wracking in the weirdest way possible. Okay. We survived that, though. And Sandtomb here is gonna probably get a shield. If not, then, I mean, I farm down, and if it does, then maybe I get to a Weather Ball Rock with my Hippo. Oh, that was a CMP? That's game over. That is absolutely game over. If they would have farmed us down, or, like, kept this energy and then tried to use the energy against my Hippo, that could have been bad for them. But yeah, I was, like, 2 away from a Weather Ball, so I don't think they had the energy. But that could have been really close. Oh, no. Yakai? Oh, my goodness. Okay, Shadow Water Gun Quagsire. He was telling me he was using this earlier, I think. We'll see what we can do. Okay, well, so far we're kind of RPSing my fellow world champ. I kind of feel bad about this. But, you know, he does know my full team. All I know is his lead. So this is like, it's kind of fair. It's kind of fair. We'll see. We'll Rock Tomb immediately just to debuff that attack stat. Make it so I take a lot less damage here. I don't want to ever be at risk of losing Switch if possible, because my Hippowdon wouldn't be that great. Oh, wow, he shields that? Interesting. I mean, I'm fine losing Switch as long as... What was I gonna say? I don't know. I was saying something philosophical there. I'm fine losing Switch if he uses 2 shields to get it. Maybe. I hope. But I'm also fine, like, if he lets this go at this point, I'm fine taking all of this extra damage just to make it a little bit easier for, him to get worse farm. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, we win Switch and shield advantage against World Champ Yakai. Yeah, it was a pretty RPS game against him, unfortunately. I kind of feel bad about that. I did not mean to RPS him, I swear. But we'll take the 4-1. That's back-to-back 4-1s so far. Yeah, that was kind of mean of me. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't be using Fortress. That Pokemon is honestly, like, remarkably BM. Get a Marowak for our efforts. And a 4-1, let's cash it in. 3100s. Let's go. And with an 8-2 record on the day, I'd say this team did do pretty well. Overall, this team's pretty flexible, a lot of fun matchups, a little bit soft to ice in the lead if you happen to see actual ice types here in the Go Battle League, but they're not too common, and in general, this team's a lot of fun, so give it a go if you want to try to climb. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.